Welcome back to Madden 19 slider testing. We are once again continuing our journey to try to find the right slider set for me. I've decided that I'm going to get a little bit more sample size. Obviously, we've done quite a bit of testing. Obviously, we've tested Matt 10 sliders and all of his versions. He's currently working on version 13, which of course I'll be curious to check out. And obviously we've tested out armor and swords, but we've just done it for a game. And we tested out Josh C's, and we've just done it for one game. So I need to get a little bit more sample size, I think, of, obviously armor and swords and Josh C's. I kind of have an idea of what Matt 10's going for, so I kind of have a little bit better grasp on his sliders, I feel like. But in any case, I want to test out a little bit more here with armor and swords, so everything is reset back up. The one thing that I haven't done yet, actually, that I need to go do is take control of the Texans here real quick and adjust their running backs. So I forgot to do that here real quick. Everything else is set up as is. Obviously, we are in our franchise that has all of the edited rosters, iMac rosters. But the one thing that I forgot to do prior to actually starting the stream was going through and adjusting all of the running backs here to 75 spin and juke stuff. So let's do that here real quick. Lamar Miller. Whoops, I went to the wrong place, didn't I? I went to depth charts. So we just want to go to roster, please. There we go. Let's come down here to halfbacks. We'll take control of Lamar Miller. Actually, I'm kind of wondering whether or not I did this previously. So let's take a quick look. Previously in a different... Yeah, so spin move and juke move are already at 75. So that's good. I feel like I played this game maybe previously at one point. And I'd already kind of done these changes. Let's just double check here. Let's make sure that all of them are at juke and spin of 75 here before we start this game. Alright, that looks okay. Last one would be Alfred Blue. I think, again, I think I did this before. I didn't, I think I must have played them previously and was messing around with these sliders. Yep, everything looks good. So we are all set and ready to go here. Brandwink's what trait changes? So iMac's roster includes a bunch of different trait changes, and then Armor and Sword is suggesting that we lower, no matter what, just to kind of help with the running back situation and the extraneous juking and spinning, to lower down juke and spin to 75 for the team that you're playing against. And so that's actually what I was double checking, that has happened. The other big thing that iMac rosters have done is gone through and made some quick changes, such as this covers the ball for all hits, so all running backs have that. The other big thing was making sure that high motor was turned to no instead of on, or whatever it is, or whatever it quite says. I don't really, yes, I guess, no or yes. But high motor is no for all of the running backs as well. Again, and that also is a big thing for not just obviously the running backs, but some of the other stuff that he changed was turning off big hitter. I think for most all defensive players, except for the ones that are notorious for big hits. And so I think he's just trying to make the tackling a little bit more realistic, less WWE tackles. So hopefully that kind of answers your questions. We're going to discard those changes, although I didn't really do anything. But I want to make sure, I guess I didn't mess something up. Well, let's make sure I don't want to mess anything up. Nope, looks good. All right. So that is completed. You're welcome, Brand. No problem. So let's get, obviously we don't want to play as Houston. We're going to switch back to our Tennessee Titans now. All of the changes that need to happen have happened. Maybe just a quick synopsis for people that might be just joining us. So Armor and Swords sliders are set up so main menu sliders are slightly different than what you see in your franchise. Main menu sliders are basically at default. with all of the helpers turned off except for auto defense flipping the play. That one's actually turned on. And then everything else is default in the main menu. So your penalties, player, and CPU stuff is all at 50 basically. All of the penalties are the ones that have on-off switches are on. All on. Basically, again, default. The only big change that you need to make is that default in the main menu for injuries is at 10. You want to move that up to 50. That's the only big change there. And then obviously you need to come into your franchise and make some quick changes to some actual sliders. So in your actual franchise, big one is wide receiver catching. Obviously up to 80, run blocking to 60. These are all for the player. Fumbles down a little bit, interceptions down a little bit, tackling down a little bit. CPU skill, again, some mild changes here. Again, 80 catching, 90 run blocking just to help them out a little bit. And the rest are kind of the same as the human side. Special team changes there. And then the big ones here, 23 injuries, 55 fatigue, and 25 minimum player speed threshold. Is what you're changing here. And then obviously also some changes to the penalties as well. Big one being obviously want to make sure offensive pass interference is off, and then some mild changes with some 54s, 60s, and all that stuff there. So that's kind of what his sliders are looking like. But the big thing with his sliders are starting a franchise using iMac rosters. As well as making those edits to the CPU halfbacks down to 75 for juke and spin. So that's Armor and Swords stuff in a nutshell. But let's go ahead and get into this game. We're playing, this is I guess I've played 3 games with Armor and Swords. I played one kind of offline, played well, I liked how it played. I felt like maybe passing was a little too wide open, because I actually passed for over 300 yards, which I don't know that I've done in a really long time on any Madden, in all reality. So I felt like that was maybe a little skewed, but I don't remember who I played, so maybe there's a little bit of bias there. Then the second game I kind of played, I did do here on Twitch, and that game kind of felt the same way. Again, I threw for over 300 yards. Really, the only things that I don't know that I love about Armor and Swords are that kind of what I feel like maybe is a little bit more wide open passing than what I want. And maybe the tackle slider, or maybe, broken tackles, there's maybe a little bit too many. But I wanted to get more sample size. I wanted to play a tougher opponent. Obviously here we got the Houston Texans, which are known to be a defensive team. So I wanted to check out and see, what things are like playing a little bit more, maybe what we would consider a difficult team, if you will. We'll see whether or not that makes any change at all, but I'm curious to find out, so that's what we're going to do here. Houston here is going to get the ball first. They've got Deshaun Watson, obviously. Lamar Miller's kind of in the backfield. Let's see if they're going to open up with the run. They go with the play action right away, and Hopkins makes the catch, but there is a flag. We'll have to see what that is. I'm going to guess it's holding, and it is. Brand, I don't really know. To answer your question, lowering catch to 50 will have any bad effects? Based on some conversation actually with Armor and Sword today on operationsports.com, he says don't mess with the only slider that he says maybe you can tinker with is the run block slider. And really that's just for the user, he kind of suggests, so really if your user run game is a little too good, you feel like you're able to run the ball better than you think you should be able to, then he says, feel free to adjust that one. But that's the only one that he says you can adjust without having bad effects on his slider set as a whole. I thought that was helpful because I kind of thought, well, maybe, you know, if too many broken tackles is an issue for me, maybe I can just increase tackling up a little bit. But I kind of don't. Honestly, I don't want to mess with it. Maybe at some point, if I continue to kind of test these sliders, maybe I'll just try it and see what happens. But I haven't done that yet. Obviously, this only being my third game using these sliders, so nice run there by Miller. I would say I've definitely appreciated that about these sliders is, you know, one of the big things that I've always struggled with and some people continue to struggle with is on All Pro, you just don't get good get a good CPU run game. You know, they just don't come at you with the run, and I feel like that's definitely different here on this slider set, and that could have to do with a multitude of things. You know, obviously the sliders in and of themselves, that could have to do with iMac's rosters, that could have to do with, you know, lowering the spin and juke to 75. You know, those are all possibilities, but I don't know enough about sliders, which is why I leave things up to all these guys to test these things and figure out these things, because it's one of those deals. It's kind of like you mess with one, then it, you know, it changes another aspect of the game that you don't expect, and it just gets frustrating. Not a bad return there for 13 yards.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their fourth-year quarterback from Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what
let's see here. Let's start with, as I always kind of do, my obligatory kind of I formation stretch play here to the right side. Let's see how this looks and or plays out. Can't quite get to the edge. Nice to see them kind of string that one out, and ultimately it goes nowhere. So that's those kind of things are good to see. What I didn't really like to see there was that little extra maybe broken tackle there at the end, but we'll have to keep an eye on that here as we continue here to stream whether or not there's too many broken tackles. That's one of the things that I've been a little bit concerned about with this slider set, but at the same time it makes the animations look pretty sweet, especially when you're running with the big man Derrick Henry here with the Titans, and watching him just break tackles and stuff is a ton of fun.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's keep Lewis and hit a block. I'm not really quite sure what they're going to do here.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota.
Ooh, that was not a good throw. That was not where I meant to throw that one at all. Lucky that wasn't intercepted. Wow. Well, all right. As I was talking about the past game being a little bit overpowered and or too wide open, you get a play like that. So, which is why you always need more sample size with sliders. Anytime you're trying someone's slider set, as much as you just want to be able to play one game or less than that and figure out that they're the right ones for you, it depends on really what you're looking for. Maybe you can tell that, but I feel like in most cases you cannot. You got to play multiple games, and you really just got to see. You got to play multiple opponents. It's just sometimes tough to figure out in one game or less whether or not a slider set is a good one or not.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
Let's see if they take advantage of that. That's a linebacker right there on Miller. I'm curious now to the left, and he doesn't even throw it that way, but nice play to Fuller anyway. That was open. But it would have been interesting to see Lamar Miller kind of split out wide there, covered by a linebacker. Man coverage. I guess I didn't need to take advantage of it, but it might have been nice to see the CPU do that. Nice move, though.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
I'm going to purposefully try to false start there by the Texans. That hurts.
In comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Expected from the visiting team.
I'm going to purposely try to pay a little bit more attention to the game. Last night, kind of going with Josh C's sliders. I don't know that I was 100% paying attention to the game. I was paying attention to the chat. I was chatting with everybody, which obviously, we want to be able to do, and I want to be able to do. But I was just kind of almost going through the motions, if you will, and yet I still won that game 22-10. I feel like it played out somewhat realistically, and it played pretty well. I enjoyed his sliders last night, and I plan to give another good shot, another game at least with his as well, just to see what's really going to work here. What's going to work for me? And I think that's what you got to find. Ultimately, if you're still looking for the right slider set, you just got to find what's going to work for you. Everybody's different. Everybody plays the game differently. Play action here to Watson. He's not quite sure what to do. It looks like he's going to take off with it and run right out of bounds. That's interesting. Brand CPU's run with Josh C's was okay. I played against the Giants in that franchise that I have going, kind of with his sliders, and they ran. Actually, Saquon Barkley had a excellent run right up the middle against me, and there wasn't a single thing I could do about it. It was a nice run right up the middle. Had a nice juke move that made sense. To obviously dodge a player and then broke a tackle and took it to the house. It was probably a good 60, 70-yard run. It was very nice to see. Just nice looking run in general, and I'd say overall they ran the ball pretty well. Third and 11 now. Let's see here. What should we do? Let's blitz them. Blitz them or sit back and try to prevent the first down. That's always the question. Going deep. I'm liking seeing that. That was a cool looking overall. That just looked good to me. Mostly I'm appreciating them being aggressive here. I always like that. I like being able to see the CPU quarterbacks be aggressive. And ultimately, I just kind of liked how that play looked overall, although it's kind of a silly decision, obviously, thrown into double coverage, but he's throwing it to Hopkins. If anybody's going to come down with it, it's going to be him. But nice defense there, even just kind of like the extra oomph by Byard here just to make, tackle him anyway. Looks cool.
But it falls incomplete. Here's Shane Lackler.
Just some quick 3-and-outs to start the game here. Both teams. I guess Houston didn't really have a 3-and-out here, or did they? I kind of lost track. Just as I'm saying I'm going to pay a little bit more attention, I lose track. Brand Josh C was without any CPU running back edits. He's basically running his sliders with the preseason roster, so no changes whatsoever. Just the roster that comes with the game.
I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning.
Let's see if we can run right at J.J. Watt here. I'm going to say it's not going to go well, but ooh, nice blocking. And that's that's the one that concerns me, although he's going to run out of juice. I'm going to run out of juice. That's a nice big run by Derrick Henry, but that's the one thing I would say that I don't necessarily love about these sliders, although this initial one I take. He's just coming up. He's got a full head of steam going against Matthew. and he just blasts him, that's fine. But, you know, at this point I kind of feel like maybe he should be tackled, but I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's just a legit run. And then he got tired and worn out from having to bust through all those people, which maybe makes sense.
And even 60 yards.
Now we've kind of set up with a nice run here just because I'm curious. Let's try a little play action rollout to the right here. See if we've set it up enough to do it here. But I'm going to keep Walker in the block just to give myself an extra blocker. And he still wasn't able to get him, and then we fumble it. But it's a little bit disappointing to see, obviously. Even although I suppose, you know, I kept Delaney Walker there in the block just to help with that, but he's just no match for that, you know, for that linebacker. Which I suppose is pretty realistic in all reality. Let's see here what we want to do. What do we want to run here? Let's blitz them. Let's just go man blitz. See what they decide to do. Coming out a lot in shotgun sets here. I'd like to see him get a little bit more power runny, but maybe that's not really what they like to do. Another deep pass, and that one's intercepted this time by Dory Jackson. Nice play. Back-to-back turnovers.
Oh man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Switch things up here. Let's run some stuff that I actually haven't ran a whole lot. Still kind of getting used to this Titans playbook. Let's try this halfback wham. Excuse me. Here's a nice play by the defense, and somebody comes up injured. I didn't quite see who that was.
Last week for Dion Lewis. 20 carries, 68 yards.
Let's run this play action deep play. Really want to find Corey Davis and see if he can get up over the top. But they're going to blitz, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Step up. Let's chuck it down anyway. Not a good decision. But I was curious. Should have been picked. Live to fight another day here. Let's pick a play that maybe we can actually try to get a first down with. Let's run this stick and nod play. I kind of like this one looking specifically for Delaney Walker. He's one of my favorite receivers / obviously tight end. Oh, not a good pass again. Mariota is struggling 0 for 3. Passes are not where they should be. Defensive struggle so far.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Both teams struggling here. Deshaun Watson just 1 for 5 for 1 yard. Passing the ball has not gone well so far. We got some bruised ribs here by Klein. You're an offensive lineman. I'm going to keep you in. Let's just try a cover 2 man here. See if we can cover up these guys, but they're actually going to run it this time. Nice run by Miller. We probably should run the ball more, just as I probably should. Run game seems to sort of be working on both sides.
to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside.
Which direction are they going to run it here? These two tight end sets are always difficult, and they got their big man in there. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, Foreman. That was a nice looking run. Looked pretty good to me. Even the tackle just looked good. You just kind of feel the weight of Foreman in my mind here on this play. Like he breaks this kind of initial tackle, which makes sense. Then you get the other guy going down low on his legs. Just looked cool. Cool looking tackle. I don't see a tackle that looks like that very often. Just kind of one going down low. Pretty realistic looking tackle right there. They're going to keep running the ball here. Maybe they are. Let's see. They are. Oh, Miller breaks the tackle this time, and he might be gone. Going to try to get there to catch him, but unable to do it. Nice drive. Maybe I need to try to emulate that by just running the ball. Mariota's struggling here to start. So maybe we need to see if we can get a little run game going just like the Texans just did. All right. See if we can get a little bit of a return. No, that's as far as we're going to go. Maybe the other thing I need to do as part of these sliders, I don't know if Armor and Sword suggests it or not, but when that tackle battle pops up, maybe I just need to not do it. Just let it play out how it's going to play out. Yeah, that's something to think about. I feel like when I realize there's one going and I actually hit the right button, which I'm actually not very good at doing, but if I do, it seems like it's definitely a broken tackle. You got to keep. Let's keep with it. Let's try this halfback toss.
They know how to mix in the run and make sure they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say.
Well, my guess is this is not going to work, but let's try it anyway. Nope. Running it with Derrick Henry is probably not the smartest thing. Let's try 3rd and 7. Let's try a little screen pass. See if we can actually pick this thing up. A lot of people have been saying you should really pinch your line. So we're going to pinch our line here and see what that does. Looks like we're going to get enough for the first down. Derrick Henry breaks another tackle there, but that one I feel like was pretty legit. Got to be honest, I'm liking how this is playing so far. Very different, not as wide open. Maybe it really just has to do with who you are playing against. That's not going to work out well. Nope. Should have been another interception for sure. Seeing some dropped interceptions, which maybe is not good, but at the same time, that one seemed okay. Just kind of slipped through his hands. Let's try some hitch seams. This is one of the areas that I feel like seems pretty wide open. Kind of these seam routes. See how it works out right here. Let's keep Lewis in the block. Ooh, they tricked me there. Initially, it looked like he was going to be open, and then they all backed up in coverage. 3rd and 10 now. Let's try this dagger play.
That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
I can't imagine this is going to go well. We've been struggling so far passing the ball. Threw that one too late. That one was a good possibility, but I didn't see him till late. If I would have seen him earlier, that would have been a nice play, just because I'm curious. Anybody else open? If I would have thrown it right now, that would have been a first down. It does look like, no, he was covered. I kind of was wondering about some of these other guys, but there's the open receiver right there. I just saw him too late and threw it too late.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
Get out of bounds. There it is. Nice punt. Down at the 4, but that probably means they're going to run the ball. And our rush defense has not been very good to start here so far.
And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
Let's see. I didn't get to adjust the defensive line, but that's okay.
Because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Miller now 6 rushes for 74 yards so far.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got him pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
2nd and 7. What are they going to do here? Let's go nickel. Let's do this strong safety Reno zone.
That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule.
And just because I don't do it very often, I'm going to take control of Woodyard here. And they're going to hand it off, trying to get in there. Nice defense. So now 3rd and 5. Let's go big nickel. Let's go strong safety linebacker blitz.
Taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
We'll take the linebacker here again, and let's try to get over there, and it's knocked away at the last second. Nice play there by Malcolm Butler to knock that one away. Made him get rid of it quick. They had the slant on there, which was the right play call. Butler makes a nice play to knock that one out. Brings up 4th down now for the Texans. Maybe we'll get some good field position here. Let's see.
Forces 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32.
Let's just go. Whoop. They closed on me quick.
Return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time.
Let's just try this halfback inside zone. Kind of still feel like I should be trying to establish a little bit of run here. My passing game is terrible. Ooh, trying to get through there, but couldn't. Nice play there by the defensive lineman.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be
Let's go sluggo seam. Again, I'm curious about these seam routes. So we're going to test them out here again.
That's for sure. And you know what else?
This time with Smith. Keep Lewis in here to block again. It's covered up well. Nobody's open. We're just going to run it. Maybe somebody was open there on the outside, but again, I didn't see him till late. They're covering up the seams well. It's looking nice. That's the one that I don't really like.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this.
That's the one broken tackle.
He would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run.
Especially with Dion Lewis. Now, if that was Derrick Henry, I feel like that would be a little bit more legit, maybe. But
Suck up on for the point after.
or maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe Dion Lewis has a really good break tackle. 86. Maybe I'm mistaken. I think I am. I don't think I realized that before. He can break some tackles. Not necessarily going to truck anybody, but he's got some good break tackle ability. So playing to his ratings.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and we are tied at 7.
All right, we're just running the ball back and forth at each other. Neither team can pass.
So we're right back where
We're just having some broken tackles, running for touchdowns.
now it's Ellington to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's see here. Question is, what should we do to stop it? Can I do something? Can I make some changes? Let's try this sting pinch play. Miller's back in the game here. And it's a play action to him, and he's got time to throw it, and Hopkins has got it. Great blocking. Everything's set up well there for Houston. Good play. I don't know. Maybe I found my slider set. This is the one I've been leaning towards anyway. It's probably the one that I've had the most fun with, which I think is probably what's, in all actuality, most important. You know, you want to have fun with it. So I feel like I'm actually having fun with it. So you know, again, I feel like, you know, with Matt 10's sliders that we've been testing, that I just feel like I've had more frustrating moments than I have had. You know, I've tested multiple of his versions of sliders, and I feel like I've been a little bit more frustrated than I have been excited about the play. There were a couple of versions there that I did really like, but then obviously the patch came out, and I don't know that I've loved it since the change, but you know, to each his own. Got to find what works for you. Matt 10s were not bad last night when I played them, but I also kind of felt like none of the slider guys like you saying this, but that it was too easy. Especially because I wasn't even really paying attention to the game, and I won 22-10. Both teams having a lot of success running the ball in this game, which I haven't really seen with this slider set yet. So this is good to see. It just lends to what everybody wants, or at least what I want to see, is I want to see a difference in games. I don't want every game to play out the same. You know, and before, anytime I've used these sliders, it's been pass-happy games. But this one, Exact opposite. Nice play to Fuller. It's like they figured out what I'm doing on defense. They're getting their pass game going now here in the second quarter. Who won? Who won? Well, I didn't see who won. I couldn't see Fuller's. Trying to see who won rock, paper, scissors. All right, 14-7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Campanero.
Let's see. Ooh, got a little bit of an opening there, but couldn't sneak through it.
Of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a
Try a little inside zone. We'll see if we can spread their defense out a little bit here. Maybe run right at J.J. Watt. I don't know. It's probably not smart. Let's see how smart it might be. Oh, it worked out okay. See, and there you go. So that's good to see. So, you know, Dion Lewis, as we kind of glanced at his ratings real quick, he's pretty good at breaking the tackle, but not good at trucking. And so right there you see it. So he broke a tackle on the last drive, ran it in for the touchdown. This drive, we tried to truck Matthew. I think it was the same, actually going up against the same player even. And just as it happened previously, this one doesn't work out. Matthew wins that one. Nice. Nice spin move. Running game is working here. Both sides running the ball well. What I would really like to be able to see now is me being able to run a play action pass and have it actually work and not turn into an instant sack.
He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Let's go play action read boot. Although this is where I feel like I get myself in trouble. These kind of boot ones. As J.J. Watt comes in unblocked. Wow. All right. Exactly. Right down in distance to take a shot, and it doesn't work. That would be something I would say I'm a little bit frustrated about. It doesn't seem like play action works very well.
The Titans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
We got to keep a blocker in here. Ah, threw it too soon. Mariota is 1 for 8. Yikes. I guess I just got to keep running the ball. I think you got to find him some short, quick passes. Try to see if we can get him going here a little bit or something, because he is struggling.
Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and
Let's see if they bring in Foreman, their big power back. He's had a couple of nice runs, kind of cool-looking runs at that. But if they're not going to even give it to him as they throw it to Hopkins. Watson's getting things going. He's now 5 of 10. He started just about as bad as Mariota has, but now he's getting it going a little bit. Let's blitz him. I'm going to maybe try to assume that they're going to run the ball here to try to pick up this first down. Maybe that's a bad assumption. Oh, they did that time.
He is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
We're going to come with the mid blitz here. We're just going to come at him right up the middle. Oh, screen pass. Got to get over there. No, can't get over there. Nice play call. Perfect play call. Nice looking animation there too. You don't see that very often. Kind of the low pass. You know, the receiver and they're obviously running back there, kind of having to reach low for it. That looks cool. We'll keep with this. That's fine. Another play action here. Can't get pressure on Watson. Can't get pressure there at all. Is Houston's offensive line that good? That would be something to look at just for curiosity's sake.
It helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go man. And again, I'm going to take control here of Woodyard. Get back. Get him down. Good job. Defense is now starting to step it up a little bit, preventing some of the run that's already been happening. Hopefully they can continue that.
We can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there.
3rd and 12. Let's just sit back here. Let's not blitz them. Let's sit back, cover 4. We'll cover the sticks. Let's see if we can get some pressure. Nope. No pressure. You're going to have to blitz him. Just because I'm curious, can we see the depth chart of the Texans? Here we go. I'm just curious, how good really is their line? Not good. 68 left tackle, 68 overall. But yet I cannot get any pressure at all. Where's our pass blocking? Here we go. Pass blocking. I mean, in all reality, that's not good. Left tackle's not good. All right, Zach Fulton is an 81 overall. That's okay. Just a 72 overall. Nick Martin at center. Right guard. I mean, I'd say their offensive line is not that good. And I cannot get any pressure on them at all. And they're running it up. They're running it like crazy, which interesting. All right.
That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Let's try this cover 3 lock play. I haven't ran this one yet.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
Nice move there by Watson. Tried to do it again. He's got a couple rushes for 18 yards. Right now, Houston's making me look silly here on defense. Maybe I need to start just for fun. I need to switch it up and take control of the linebacker here, although that usually doesn't turn out very well for me. Right up the middle into that hole there. Nice run.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game.
We'll blitz them. I don't know if blitzing is working. Doesn't matter. Seems like right now there's not anything that I can do. No matter what they want to do, they can do. There's a nice stop. I suppose it's not fair to obviously assume that just because their offensive line looks terrible on paper, I don't honestly know what does my defensive line look like. Obviously Daquan Jones, 81 overall, pretty good. Jarrell Casey, 89, pretty good. I mean, if you're just looking at overalls, maybe defensive tackle, not the best. You know, but all of their linemen, except for I think their left guard, was all in the 70s, low 70s at that. Even their left tackle, 68.
You know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here.
This is not a good play call by me, but we got in for the sack that time. Finally got some pressure.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done?
At least going to make him punt it here.
But what you're hoping is
Got
that
the
you figure
stop.
it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability.
Nice punt. Nice to see the CPU actually have a nice punt. Trying to pin you down. Got me down at the 10.
It hasn't been his day. It hasn't been their day to this point.
It has not been his day. He is like 1 for 8 so far in the game. If you happen to be just joining me, Mariota is not playing well.
The visiting quarterback not playing very well. Their team not doing well. They're helping their home team out. Now, if you're that quarterback, bro, you got to find a way to hurt that crowd. And the only way to do that, make good plays.
Derrick Henry's playing well. Obviously 4 rushes for 72 yards. That's about the only thing that's working is the run game here.
Move the chains as well.
I remember watching Derrick
But
Henry
the
come
part
out of
that's
Alabama
maybe a little bit
with
frustrating
some
is
points with him was
then if I decide to run a play action pass,
deal with contact near
does
the
not
line of
work.
scrimmage. They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer
like
those
just for
questions
curiosity's
with runs like
sake, let's
that.
run this
He's a
play action
physical
scissors
guy.
play. In all reality, this play should have maybe some success. It all depends obviously on what the defensive play call is. But I just had a nice huge run. And probably threw that one a little bit too late. But he was actually open and actually had some time to throw it, so that's okay. I'll take that.
Second down.
Oh man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense.
We're going to go inside zone to this right side. That does not look like a good idea. I'm going to switch that up right now. They're coming here from the right side. Plus you got Clowney and J.J. Watt on the right side. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm no dummy. I don't know that this is going to work either. Hey, that's what we kind of need. Maybe that can help him get going. Let's throw some more short passes like that.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I think that's what we need. Let's just concentrate. Let's run a little mesh spot play here and see if we can pick up this first down.
Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mariota.
There we go. There we go. I'll take that first down.
Down at about the 38. A tight
Maybe this will help get Mariota going. 2 passes in a row now.
Drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
Let's try this inside high-low play now.
before you get a good head of steam going.
clock running.
Maybe even looking out here to Taylor.
1st and 10.
Let's keep Lewis in here to block. See if we get any time to throw it, and we're going deep. Woo, incomplete.
The intended receiver Taywan Taylor. And now it's second down.
Going against Tyrann Mathieu, probably not a good idea either. Hey, but this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see if you go up against a team that has a good defense, whether or not what I was initially seeing, I still see. So, you know, the first couple of games I played here with Armor and Sword sliders, I felt like the passing game was a little bit too wide open. I do not feel that way in this game. I feel like I'm working for every little bit that maybe I can try to get, which I'm not going to get anything here as we get sacked by Clowney. 3rd and 17 now. We probably should just try to do something simple here, like maybe just a quick screen. We're going to try this pinching of our line again. Got to get rid of that one quick. And it is set up well. Woo! What happened there? Oh, there we go. We're able to get the first down. Oh, I kind of feel like pinching that line is helpful. It's helpful to actually get your screen going for sure. But at the same time, I think it might be a little overpowered. Like anytime I've done it, it ends up being a huge gain. We'll see if that continues. We'll keep trying it. See if it works every time or not. Get back to the run game here a little bit. Another nice run, having a good drive here. Let's go angle smash here. 2-minute warning.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look at.
We're coming on the blitz here. What are we going to do? Matthews, if we need to, right away.
Second down, Mariota. He's got Lewis. And he's going to get this.
Clowney was on the coverage there.
The Titans officially
Took advantage of that matchup, I guess.
first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back.
Now we're getting going here.
If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker.
Probably should pay attention to the clock here. I'm here picking a play when I only got a minute and a half left. Let's go.
And that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field.
Keep him in here to block. Oh, I did not see that guy. I did not see Joseph over there. Oh, no. I thought Walker was wide open. I did not see Joseph over there at all.
He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Nice defense. Not a whole lot we can do about that.
Now they get set to head back on the field here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is
Get in there. Got to get some pressure. Got to get some pressure.
He's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Martz, how are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good night.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Inside Hopkins. And we'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. With a quick slam, good for 8 and a first.
I'm kind of testing out some armor and sword sliders again. Chris trying to get some more sample size is all I'm really trying to do. I'm leaning towards using these sliders. I think they are providing me the best challenge, the most fun, and I think that's what's ultimately most important to me. I'm enjoying them.
Watson now
We're having a nice game here tonight. The first couple of games I played with Armor and Swords sliders, kind of wasn't 100% sure whether or not I liked them. I felt like maybe the passing game was a little bit too wide open. But now playing this game, I'm kind of feeling like it just had to do with the matchups, because playing here against the Texans, it is not easy.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Martz, have you decided, or are you playing with a specific slider set? Just curious what other people are thinking, what other people are doing.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I should pay attention here and make sure I don't give up some points here at the end of the half, as we're already down 14-7. Probably nice. Oh, you got to make that tackle.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that?
We're just going to kind of sit back here, cover 4, try to keep everything in front,
Let him get the first down. And that's exactly what he did.
not give up anything here, hopefully. Watson decides to take off with it again, and he fumbles it. That's going to give us 10 seconds to try to do something. So you've been bouncing back and forth between Josh and Armors. I think that's, one of those two is for sure, I feel like, the direction I'm going to go. I obviously did a lot of testing with Matt 10s, different versions and stuff, and I just feel like, maybe his sliders just maybe aren't right for me. It's kind of what I'm thinking, but we'll call a timeout here. I don't know if I'm close enough to try a field goal. I was just trying to maybe get into field goal range here. How did you feel, Martz, about Matt 10 sliders? I just kind of feel like I had more frustrating moments than I actually had moments where I was enjoying the game or having fun. I was noticing more frustrating things. Weird tackling. Just things I didn't like. I don't know how long this field goal is. 54 yards. We should go for it, I think.
3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away.
Potentially could be good if he's got enough leg, and he does not. Not enough leg there. That one comes up just short, but that is going to be the half. We had a chance to maybe get some points there, but just couldn't quite do it.
Standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very
I
much.
still would maybe like to try Josh's one more time, and I got an error. What in the world? Interesting. Well, that's no fun.